Yeah, the Rebuild book and album, because it kind of goes together like hand in hand. It's kind of like my last official album. I'm still gonna do music. People are like, you retiring? Like, nah, I'll still do some music here and there. It's always gonna be a tool in my tool belt. But so the book is 10 chapters, and the album is actually 10 songs, and each song has the same title as the chapter. And so I wrote the book first, and then I directly took like highlights from each chapter and wrote my verses for the songs. Then of course there's other people featured, on a lot of the songs, so their content's not directly from the book, but it's around that same theme and subject or whatever that chapter is. Like Ambassadors on it, Thistles on it, Richie Righteous. For those out there that like reggae, Christafari, I did like a reggae sounding track. So, and then there's a bunch of different like underground type cats that are from my church and whatnot. But really excited about the book. It's called Rebuild, Reset Your Life, Renew Your Church, Reshape Your World. And all of us go through brokenness. There's brokenness all around us. All of us need to be rebuilt. And so the book really gives the reader tools on, man, how do I rebuild my family? I got these issues from my past. I got brokenness, or there's people I'm trying to help around me that are broken. And it gives a lot of practical steps and tools. At the end of each chapter, there's actually a section called Building Blocks. And it has three like challenges for you that's based off of that chapter. Like, how can you rebuild your life? How, and your family? How can you, apply this to your church and your faith community? How can you apply this to your community, your city that's around you, maybe even beyond that? So a lot of the story of Crossover Church is kind of weaved through it as well, as we rebuilt a former Toys R Us store. It was an abandoned Toys R Us store in the heart of the inner city in Tampa, 43,000 square feet. So we came in and retrofitted it. I mean, the inside was just totally like gutted. So we had like a empty, canvas to paint on and build it exactly the way we wanted to, which was awesome. But it was like $1.4 million. And so here we are, a young urban church. We had a lot of people coming, but we're still like younger in age, younger in the amount of money that's coming in, all that kind of stuff. But man, and it was right in the middle of the recession that God had us to sell our old building and try to raise money to, retrofit this space. And man, it was amazing what God did. It wasn't easy. It was a period of a couple of years. And even when we got in there, we still had construction debt. And there was hundreds of new people coming with all these new needs. And we had even less resources because now we had to pay all these extra bills. But so kind of talk about how God put us in that pressure cooker, but yet walked us through it. And there was miracle after miracle, a lot of ups and downs, and it's like an emotional roller coaster. So that's kind of weaved in there. And then the biblical thread of Nehemiah is like all through the book, and it kind of walks you through like Nehemiah 1 all the way to the end of Nehemiah, and that kind of weaves in perfectly with the story of Crossover and a lot of other little stories and stuff mixed in. Nehemiah went and rebuilt Jerusalem physically, but everyone thinks about that like, oh man, he rebuilt the walls in just 52 days. So it sounds like almost an event. And we live in an event-driven culture, right? Everything's about, oh man, the album dropped and it blew up, or this ministry happened and all these people. So we're very event-driven, but rebuilding people's lives is a process. And I think what a lot of times what people miss about Nehemiah is beyond those 52 days, yeah, maybe the walls were finished, but then he stayed in Jerusalem for over a decade, and he rebuilt the people there spiritually and emotionally and economically, helped the city get back on its feet. And so that's a process, man. It takes time. So us being in our community in the inner city of Tampa, we've been in that building a little over 5 years now, and we've touched thousands of people. We've actually baptized 1,007 people in the past 5 years. So, but it takes time. It's a process of helping people unlearn things and learn new things and get discipled. And now we feel like we're really at that place. We're really seeing a lot of lives, and the harvest that we've been planting those seeds and toiling, the soil. We're watching it really happen. So it's amazing. Man, there's a lot of people that regularly hit me up on social media, and they're just telling me like, man, I needed this right now at this point in my life because this happened, and they'll talk about some tragedy in their life, or there's been a lot of people that are involved in ministry, different churches. Somebody just put a review on Amazon like the other day. Man, my church is in the middle of trying to take this huge leap of faith, and we really needed to read this book. This was so much encouragement and inspiration that we can do it right now. And so it's been great to watch the reaction to it. Here's another thing about the book, and for everybody out there that's watching, we created some free resources for everybody. Our church used it, so we did a 5-week small group video curriculum. So all of our small groups at the church did it. So on the weekends we were teaching the series, and then during the week all of our small groups gathered and we had video-based curriculum. So they're about 20 minutes long. You can download the worksheets and the discussion guides for free at my website, urband.org. And the videos are actually on YouTube, so you can just stream them or rip them off of there or whatever. Then we also are giving away the message series that we did. So the transcripts, the outlines, the artwork, the video promo, the bumper for it. So all that stuff is packaged, and it's like, here, we used it. You guys can use it. It's all free. So it's a great resource. Hanging out here at Legacy this weekend and giving away a lot of cards, letting people know about it. Like, hey, use this, utilize it. So, yeah,